Lovely. There you go. Well, hello guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Connor's Outdoor Activities. Yep, I'm back out sea fishing again, as you can see. Today I'm down Tramps Alley beach near Corton to see what we can get. Haven't got any rods out yet, it's now 8 PM. There's no rods out yet. I'm now going to run you through the rig. So on the left hand rod, just like I normally do, we're going to have a 1-hook flapper. So there's a swivel, and we go down to a crimp and bead combination, and we have a big long snood coming down to a size 3/0 hook. There you go. And then we go further down the line to a 5-ounce weight. I'm going to stick a fresh lug on that, and we'll get that out there. We haven't got bad conditions, we've got a few nice sort of rollers coming in. The water is nice and dirty again, nice sort of muddy colour. So hopefully we should get a few fish. There's a man just packed up and gone home. He was here for 2 hours. He said he had 2 dogfish, so it's not too great, but it's not bad, I guess. He's only here for a couple of hours, so he sort of said, well, I couldn't really make a very good judgment because I was only here 2 hours, so it's fair enough. So if you're watching, welcome to the channel. And yeah, we're just gonna sit back and enjoy the fishing, hopefully. Baits I've got today is I've got 25 fresh lug. I've got a pack of rag. I've got some squid. I've got some frozen black lug. I've got some more frozen black lug. I've got some mackerel fillets. And I've got some peeled raw king prawns, like I always do, just in case the fish want some prawns. So that is the rig what's going on that rod. So what I'll do, guys, I'll get that rig on there, get that baited up with a fresh lugworm, and hopefully we'll be able to show you a fish soon. And what I'll do in a minute is I will show you the rig what's going on the other rod. So let's see what happens. Right guys, so that left hand rod has just been cast out for the first time of the session. Just keeping an eye on it. Yeah, I put a fresh lug on there. Right, I'm now going to show you the rig, what's going on the other rod. Sorry about the noise, but we've got some nice sized rollers coming in. Right, so at the top we got these are the same rigs as in the last session, by the way. But there you go, there's a little swivel to connect it to the clip. Then we got a snood there, going down to a size 1/0 hook. And we go up the line out, without hooking myself. Then we go up the line a little bit more to another snood. To another size 1/0 hook. And then we go down the line a little bit more to a size 5-ounce weight. Right, so that's that. I think on that one I'm going to put a bit of squid and a bit of mackerel fillet on that, and we're just going to give that sort of a medium sort of distance whack. We aren't going to be chucking no mad distance because, as a lot of you know, this venue can be very weedy, and I don't really want to spend my evening pulling in clumps and clumps of weed. That would be no good. But we'll give it our best shot, guys. That's all we can do, isn't it? Yeah, it's now 8:10. It's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that baited up and get it out there, and hopefully, guys, we'll have a fish on the beach soon. Well, guys, there we are. 2 rods out. It's now 8:20. So 8:20, we got 2 rods in the water. Lovely jubbly. Now all we can do is just wait and see if we get our first bite. Yeah, I'm sorry about all the noise in the background, but we got some pretty loud waves going on. They aren't massive waves, but they're a bit noisy. Yeah, I put a bit of mackerel on the top hook on the right hand rod, and a bit of squid on the bottom hook, and we'll just see if I can get anything. Hopefully we'll catch a few fish tonight. As you can see, there's some big rollers coming in. Yep, you can see the rods are moving, but I think that's because the waves are hitting the line, I think. It's a bit of a pain when they do that, but never mind, we'll just have to put up with it. Yeah, as you can see, we've got a boat just offshore right there. A big boat. Yep, big boat out there. Yeah, hopefully we're going to get a few fish. That man who was fishing here before I got here, he said he had a couple of dogfish, so I reckon tonight we're going to get probably a couple of probably some dogfish maybe. Maybe a ray, hopefully. I'm doing quite well on the rays at the moment, so hopefully we can carry that on. But you never know. And you never know, we might get a little whiting. And I think we've got a seal here. I think there's a seal just in the water, just over there. A bit of a pain. But never mind. He's got to find some food to eat. Right, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to sit back and watch the rods, and I'll bring you back soon. Hopefully, when we've got a fish. Well guys, it's now 8:30. The left hand rod has been out there about 20 minutes, so it's time to give it a reel in. Let's see if we got anything on the left hand rod, on fresh lug, on the 1 hook flapper. Let's go and have a look if I can get out of it. Well, nothing on there, guys. Just a big lump of weed, which is a bit of a pain. Let's get some more bait on. Right, now baiting up again. Baiting up with another fresh lug. See if we can get anything. Right, they're going to cast out again. Right, there we are, guys. Yeah, as I said, there weren't nothing on there, just a bit of weed, but I stripped that off and put another fresh lug bait on there and casted that to the left this time, as you've just seen. Because the left hand line was sort of over the other side of the right hand rod's line, so I chucked it to the left this time, and hopefully it'll keep over that way. Yeah, so nothing on the first cast, just a bit of weed and an empty hook. Right, so let's carry on watching the rods and see what happens. Well, guys, I just reeled in the right hand rod. It's now 9:15. Just thought I'd give it a reel in. It's got a bit of weed on it. That's the 2-hook flapper. There was a bit of mackerel on the top hook, I think, and a bit of squid on the bottom hook. Yeah, that's right. And we got our first species, a little doggy. There you go, little dogfish. Didn't even see any bites or nothing really. I just thought, well, I'll just reel it in, and here we have Mr. Doggy. He scratched my arm up a little bit like they do. But there we go, there's a little doggy, little dogfish. There we go, little doggy. There he is, a little dogfish. Not too bad. At least we ain't blank, that's the main thing. Yeah, at least we ain't blank. Right, let's get him back in. So, at least we've caught one dogfish. Right, let's get him back in, guys. So at least we've caught. Yeah, he was caught on the right end rod, not very far out, maybe about, I don't know, 20-30 yards out, no distance at all really. I thought that was medium distance, but I obviously didn't chuck it very far. or the tide must have pulled it in a bit. Yeah, I think the tide, because the tide is sort of going round that way, round to the right, and the tide must have pulled the weight and all the rig round, because I cast it straight out and that was sort of over to the right. That's what must have happened. There's a bit of weed on there as well, and he was caught on the snood with the squid on. So let's get him back in, guys. One fish so far. Well guys, there we are. What about that? We had our first species of the session, a little dogfish. That was a right one. He's back in the water. He went swimming away nicely, and so he's alright. He's alright, yeah. Put another bit of mackerel on the top hook and a bit of squid on the bottom hook, and that's back out there at the sort of same distance, if I can, well, I think it is. You don't sort of know what the distance is, do you, until you start reeling it in. But yeah, that's out there where I think that should be. But yeah, it's not too bad. Had a little dogfish, nothing massive, but at least we haven't blanked. That's the main thing. That's the blank out of the way. Because as a lot of you know, it has been very slow going at the moment. People have been coming down here and getting like one weaver or just blanking altogether. But at least we've managed to catch something. That's the main thing. Yeah, he was caught on the right hand rod, so that's alright. Right, so let's sit back, watch these rods again, and see what else turn up. Well, here's what's round us, guys. This is where we are. There's the rods. I just brought in the left hand rod, nothing on that. Just a bit of weed and an empty hook again, so chuck that back out there again. It's now 9:10, no more fish at the moment. That's what we got around us. We're down the slope and to the left this time, today. Lovely sunset in the background, look at that. I think you take that in for 2 seconds. There you go. There we go, that's the cliffs. That's up there where the slope is, just up there. That's that way. Here's me inside my bivvy. Yeah, that's me in there. That's all my stuff in there. This is the bivvy I've got, if you didn't already know. This is the bivvy I've got. Shakespeare salt, really good bivvy. Keeps the wind off you, that's the main thing. And yeah, we've got 2 rods out, and this is pretty much where we are. So there we go. Right guys, it's now 9:25. The right end rod has been out there probably 20 minutes. So let's go and have a look. Let's go and give it a look. Bit heavy. Bit heavy. Definitely a bit heavy. Let's see what we got on. we go. Another dogfish. There you go. Another dogfish. Well, there we are, guys. As you can see, I was probably struggling a bit with that, and we got another dogfish on. I won't spin the camera around, it's only a dogfish. But there you go. Little dogfish. There you go. There he is. A little dogfish. It's not a massive one, but I think that's a bit bigger than the last one we had. So there we are, a little dogfish. Let's get him back in, guys. We'll get him back in. A little dogfish. Well, there you go, guys. There you go. Not too bad. Little dogfish. Second dogfish of the session. 2 dogfish on 2 casts on the right hand rod. Can't be bad. Some people don't really like catching them, but they're not too bad. Better than sitting there and blanking. Yeah, he's back in the water. He swam away nicely, which is the main thing. I caught him on a bit of mackerel on the 2-hook flapper. As you can see, it's hanging there right now. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I caught him on a bit of mackerel on the 2-hook flapper. It's got a bit of weed on it, as you can see, so I'll strip that now. I'll get the weed off and I'll get that back out there, and hopefully soon, guys, there'll be some more fish turn up. Well, guys, it's now 10 past 10. Still nothing since I last spoke to you all. Reeled in the right hand rod about 10 minutes ago. There's nothing on that. A little bit of weed. The mackerel bait was still alright, but the squid bait was stripped off, so I put a new bit of squid on and stripped the bit of mackerel off and put a new bit of mackerel on, and that's back out there. Tide is getting quite high now. I think high tide is about 1 in the morning, and it's now getting on for 10:15, so about another 2 hours and, about another 2 hours and a bit. But yeah, it's now 10 past 10 and no more fish since that last dogfish we had. So far we've had 2 dogfish. And they've both been caught on the right hand rod with the 2-hook flapper on. Ain't had no fish on the left hand one yet with the 1-hook flapper with the lugworm on. Nothing on that rod yet. But hopefully we're going to find some more fish soon, guys. Fingers crossed. As you can see, it's now starting to get dark. That's why I got my light on. It's sort of in between dark and light, if you know what I mean. That's too dark to have it off, but then that seems a bit too bright to have it on, if you know what I mean. But as you can see, there's quite a nice sunset still happening in the background. Right, so let's watch these rods and see what happens. Right, guys, it's now 20 to 11. Just reeled in the right hand rod. Then we got another fish. Not another species, but we've got another dogfish. There you go. Another dogfish. There he is. So that's 3 dogfish so far. There you go. Little dogfish. Spin him round. There you go, look. Look at how little eyes they got. Quite cute, aren't they? They're quite cute, these little doggies, when they're this size. Little baby ones. Quite cute. These little doggies. There you go, look. Right, let's get him back, guys. So far, that's 3 doggies so far. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. Yeah, it's now 22:11. Tide is getting pretty high now, but only got another couple of hours, then that'll start going down again, so it's not too bad. Right, let's get that doggy back in the water. Let's get some more bait on. Well, there we go, guys. That's the right end rod back out there again. It's now 11:15. That's that right end rod back out there again with a bit of mackerel on the bottom hook and a bit of squid on the top hook. That doggy was caught on squid this time. That's back out there about the same distance. And we still haven't had a fish on a left end rod yet, which is quite odd. But never mind, we had 3 doggies on the right end rod, so not too bad. At least we haven't blanked, that's the main thing. At least we're catching a few. Yeah, I'm sorry about the noise of the waves. That's just, there's some big old waves out there at the moment. Yeah, it's now 11:15. So we'll just sit back and keep watching them rods. And hopefully there'll be another fish come along soon. Right guys, it's now 10 to 11, just 5 minutes after I cast the right end rod out again. Here's another doggy. I saw a bite this time. Saw a sort of bite like that. And there's a doggy on there. There we go, another doggy. He's been making my hand bleed. Look. Really painful when they do that. There you go. Another doggy. So that's 4 doggies now. Plenty of doggies about. Seems like it. Cool, yeah, look, you can see where he's got my hand. Cool, painful. But there you go. Spin him round. There you go, guys. There's another dogfish. He was caught on a squid bait again, on the 2-hook flapper, on the right end rod. 5 minutes after I cast it out. Right, so let's get him back in. Right, we'll get him back in, guys. Right guys, there you are, that's the right end rod out there again. It's now dead on 11 o'clock. Tide is getting pretty high now. It's now getting sort of in line with the legs of my tripod. Here it come again. Just gotta be careful I don't flood me out of my bivvy. That's one thing I don't want. I don't want it to be gushing water in it. Hopefully we won't have to move. But if we do, we do. Because when I got here, the water was right out, you see. I didn't think it was going to get this high, but it has. But yeah, we had 4 dogfish so far, so it's not too bad. And we still haven't had a fish on the left-hand rod yet, which is quite strange. But there's plenty of time. Right, so let's keep watching the rods. And let's see what come along next. Right guys, it's now 11:30 or 25 to 12. Yeah, about 25 to 12. Just reeled in the right end rod and we've got another dogfish on. This must be dogfish number 5 or 6. Here he is. Not a bad size one, this one, a bit bigger one. There you go. There's another dogfish. Just keep an eye on this tide whilst I don't want to get my bivvy flooded out. Don't want that. Being careful of the water. There you go guys, there's another dogfish. Not a bad size one that, look. Right, let's turn him round. Come here mate. There you go, he's trying to curl himself up, but there you go. Come here mate. Yeah, there you go guys, there's another dogfish. Come on mate. There you go. Right, we'll get him back in. Right, we'll get him back in guys. That must be 5 or 6 dogfish now. Tide is getting pretty high. I think high tide is about 1 AM and it's now 25 to 12, so we've got about another hour and a half and then that'll start going the other way. So let's get this dogfish back and get some more bait out there guys. And there we are guys, that's the right hand rod out there again. Sorry about the noise in the background, but we've got some pretty big waves coming in at the moment. Yeah, the rods are only moving because the waves are hitting them, because we've got some quite big waves at the moment. But yeah, not a bad dogfish. That must be dogfish number 5 or 6. Can't remember now. Probably number 6 or could be number 5. Not too sure. But we're not doing too bad. That dogfish was caught on the right hand rod again on the 2-hook flapper, obviously, on a squid bait. Getting through quite a bit of squid tonight, but I got plenty, so no worries. But at least we're catching, guys. It's a lovely evening, hardly any wind. And it's not raining, which is the main thing. We aren't getting soaked through. It's nice and oh, I think we've got a bite right hand rod. Could be another dogfish. That looked like a more of a sort of fish bite than a wave sort of pull. But yeah, it's not raining, which is the main thing. We're keeping nice and dry. So everything's going well. I'm just keeping an eye on these waves. Right, let's see what happened. Here we go guys, another fish and another species. Just reeled in the right hand rod. Thought I'd just give it a reel in. Another species for the session. A little Smoothound. A little starry. There you go look. A little starry Smoothound. There he is look. Just keep an eye on that tide still. The time is now dead on midnight. So morning everyone. There you go. Oh, come here mate. Right, I'll just spin him round and then we'll get him back in. So that's 2 species now, it's pretty good. And he was caught on the right hand rod on a squid bait. So there we go, let's get him back in. A little Smoothound pup, there you go. Right, let's get him back in. Let's get some more bait out there guys. Right guys, it's now 1:15. I haven't had a fish for a couple of casts, but I just reeled in the right hand rod and we've got another dogfish. Here he is, only a little one. There you go look. Yeah, it went a bit quiet for a couple of casts, but here we go. Here's another dogfish. He was caught on the right hand rod yet again on a bit of squid, I think. There you go. Right, we'll just spin him round. There you go. Little things. Sorry mate, come here. There you go guys. Right, we'll get him back in. Right, we'll get him back in and we'll get baited up again guys. Well guys, there we are. That's the right hand rod baited up again. That's out there again. A bit of mackerel on the top hook and a bit of squid on the bottom hook. That's out there again. The doggy is back again. He swam away nicely, which is good. It's now 5 to 1. We're pretty much on the top of the tide now. The tide won't come much higher up now. As you can see, we've got some big waves coming in. Yep. There's some big waves coming in. We're pretty much on the top of the tide now, and then that'll start going down. But yeah, I'm enjoying the session. The left hand rod still hasn't had a fish, but never mind. I got that out there for a bass really, with a fresh worm on. I'm after a bass on there really, but it don't seem like there's many about. Not at the moment. But you never know when one's gonna turn up, so it's just out there just in case really. Right, so let's sit back and see what happens next. Right guys, it's now 10 past 1. Just thought I'd reel in the right hand rod. And yes, we've got another doggy. Yep, another doggy. Here he is. We're getting plenty of these. That's doggy galore. There you go. They got cute little eyes on them, haven't they? There you go, there's another doggy. That must be getting on for 7 or 8 now. Look at his eye. There you go. Let's just spin him round. There he is, Mr. Doggy. Right, we'll get him back in guys. But there he is, another doggy. Right, we'll get him back in. So that must be about 8 or 9 doggies now. Not too bad. Must be about 8 or 9 doggies now. We're not doing too bad. Just thought I'd reel it in and there's a doggy on there. So not too bad. Right, let's get him back in guys. He was caught on a mackerel bait this time. Right guys, we've got another fish. Here comes another doggy. A little tiny one. Oh. Trying to hold him. Here he is. A little doggy. The time is now 10 to 2. In the morning, obviously. If it was the afternoon, it'd be daylight. There we go. Another little doggy. He won't keep still. Come here, mate. There you go. That must be Dogfish number 10 or 11, I ain't been counting. There you go. Right, let's just spin him round, show you one more time. There's a doggy. So we'll get him back in, guys. He was caught on the right hand rod again on squid. Let's get him back in. Right, that's the right hand rod out there again. Mackerel bait on the top, squid bait on the bottom. See if we can find some more doggies. and whatever else is out there. But it just seems like at the moment there's just doggies out there. Oh yeah, and we had one starry Smoothound pup, didn't we? But apart from that, it's just doggies. Yeah, it's now 5 to 2, so another hour and a half, that'll be starting to get light. Be starting to see a bit of light coming up. Yeah, worm bait has done hardly anything. I ain't had a fish on worm bait. I keep trying it to see if we can get something, because normally worm bait normally does pretty well, doesn't it? But nope, not a thing on worm bait. Nope, not a thing on worm bait. I'm just sitting back watching the rods. The tide is now on the ebb. I'm pretty sure the tide is now starting to ebb a bit, so that'll be going down for the next 6 hours. It's a lovely evening. It's a lovely, or I should say not evening, it's a lovely morning to be fishing. I'm thoroughly enjoying the session. Right, so let's sit back and wait for that next bite. Well guys, it's now 10 to 3. We hadn't had a fish for about, I don't know, half an hour. Been about half an hour without a fish, or maybe an hour. Something like that. And we got another doggy. Cool, we had loads of these, haven't we? Here it's now 10 to 3, so it's going to be probably starting to get light in about half an hour, something like that. There you go guys, I'm trying to hold him out, he keeps wriggling. There you go, there he is. Come here. There you go. There he is. He was caught on the right end rod. I have tried a bit of squid on the left end rod, but I just can't get a bite on there for some reason. Don't know why. Could well be the rig, but I just don't know. And there you go, there's another dogfish. Right, let's get him back in. Yeah, he was caught on the right end rod on a bit of squid. Yeah, it's now 10 to 3, so that's the first fish in about, I don't know, 50 minutes, something like that. Right, so let's get him back, get some more bait on, and hopefully find some more soon. There we go guys. The sun is now starting to come up slowly, as you can see. The time is now 3:30. No fish. No more fish since the last ones. I just reeled in the right end rod. The bait was pretty much good to go, but thought, well, I'll just replenish it. So I'll put a bit of squid on the top hook and a bit of ragworm on the bottom hook. See if we can get a sole, you never know. And the left hand one has got lugworm, and we haven't had one fish on worm tonight. We haven't had one fish on worm. All the fish in this session have come on fish baits and squid. The majority of them come on squid, and I think there's a couple come on mackerel. But so worms haven't been that great really in this session, but never mind. At least we've caught on different baits, that's the main thing. As long as we ain't blank, that's all what matters. So yeah, it's not been a pretty bad session so far. I think I might give it till about 5:30, 6, something like that, about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I'll probably call it a day there. Because that would have meant I would have been fishing for probably getting on for 9 hours. That's long enough for me. So we'll just carry on sitting back and watching the rods. Just sit here and relax and watch the sunrise. I'll just give you all a couple of minutes just to take the sunset in, just to sit back and look at the sunset. Yeah, and we still haven't found a white, and in this session, the last session, or the session before, we haven't had a white. And so in about, I don't know, in about 25 plus hours of fishing, we haven't had one whiting out. Bit odd, isn't it? They've just disappeared. They'll be back. Right, let's carry on sitting here watching these rods and see what come along next. Right, I just reeled in the right hand rod. We got a big massive clump of weed on there, which is a bit of a pain, but we got another fish. If he lets me hold him. And no, it's not a doggy. It's another little smoothie. Little smoothie pup. It's another little starry, look. There you go. They're right, aren't they? Cool, yeah, there's a massive lump of weed on there, which is a bit annoying, but never mind. What time is it? It's 4:10. I reckon we'll fish till about 6 o'clock, something like that. But we'll just see how it goes, really. Depending on how many bites we get and how much bait we got, that sort of thing. There you go, look. The little smoothie pup. Right, let's just turn him round without him attacking me. It's alright, mister, I'll put you away in a minute. There you go. There's another Smoothound pup. There we go. We'll get him back in, guys. He was caught on the right hand rod yet again. On a squid bait. So let's get him back. Well guys, it's now 25 to 5. Well, that weren't good, guys. I just went to reel in the left hand rod and it was snagged up. Lost my gear. That's no good, is it? It's no good at all. There must be a snag down there to the left somewhere, because I cast out and obviously the tide took it down. The tide is now on the ebb, obviously, and that was snagged there. I tried my best to get it out, but no success. So ping, that went, and that's gone. Never mind. Never mind, guys. It's just one of them things about this venue. Just giving you a heads up. This venue can be quite snaggy in places. I'm down the slope, so yeah, I'm down the slope and I'm sort of one groin to the left. So if you can remember, there's a snag in the first groin to the left, down the slope, on the left hand side, near where the other groin is. There's a groin just on the left, just down from it. It's about 100 yards to the right of that. Well, not quite that, but about 50 yards to the right of that. So yeah, I would stay clear of the second half of the first bay to the left of the alley. But apart from that, it's all going well. Never mind guys, that is one of them things about fishing. As long as we don't go losing 4 or 5 sets, we'll be alright. That's when you start losing that amount, when that starts getting a bit expensive, but nah, it's alright, losing 1 set that isn't really too bad. Obviously if we can help it, we don't want to lose any, but it ain't very often you come see fishing really and don't lose any gear. That is just one of them things, I'm afraid. But hey ho, we're still fishing. I think we're going to give it till about 6 o'clock, so we've got about another hour and a bit, so we've got plenty of time to catch another fish. Let me just turn this round a bit so you can see that sun over there. Look at that, isn't that lovely? You can see that the sun is just poking his head over the horizon. Lovely, isn't it? I'll just let you take in that scenery. I'm just keeping an eye on the rods, and you can see the rods as well, can't you? Just in the left hand side. There you go. There we go, that's better. Right. So, let's sit back and watch the rods for a little bit longer. And we'll see if we get any more bites. We'll see what happens. Well, here we are, guys. We've got another fish. It's now 5 to 5. Sorry about the glare from the sun, but I can't really do a lot about that. Here's another doggy. On the right hand rod, on ragworm this time. Our first fish of the session on worm. There you go. A little dogfish. Had quite a few of these in this session, didn't we? There you go. Right, spin him round. There he is, isn't it? Little dogfish. We've got a massive clump of weed on there, which is not good. Right, we'll get him back in, guys. That's another doggy. Right, we'll get him back in. Yeah, sorry about the glare from the sun, guys. Can't really do a lot about that. Yeah, we'll get that doggy back in. And then we'll get the weed stripped off. And then we'll get some more bait on there. Well, there we are, guys. The right hand rod is back out there again. And we're now into the final hour of the session, unfortunately. In another hour's time, we'll be packing up and leaving. But we had a pretty good session. We must have had over a dozen dogfish and a couple of Smoothound Pups, so we had a pretty good session. But we can get another 3 casts in at least, so hopefully we are going to find some more fish. We got the lovely sun coming up in the background. It's not too bad, is it? That's always nice this time of the morning. The left hand one is over to the left again. I'm hoping that ain't snagged again, but well, I try and cast it straight out, you see, but the tide is just taking them. And the right hand one is staying over to the right, so that's good. But we'll just see. I got a seagull just up the way. He's obviously waiting for me to leave. Right, so let's sit back and watch the rods for the last hour of the session. Obviously I'll be back if we get any fish, but we'll just see. Well guys, I'm sorry about the sun in my eyes again, but we've got another fish, and guess what it is? A doggy. Another one. Had loads of these, haven't we? I think we're now on the second from last cast, or maybe the last cast. Haven't decided yet. There you go. There's another doggy. He was caught on Ragworm. Oh yeah, I packed away the other rod, the left-hand rod. That's packed away now because I lost another set of gear, so that's 2 sets of gear lost now. So I thought, well, I'm not going to keep doing that. So I packed that away. No, I'm not going to keep losing gear. So that's been packed away. There you go. There he is. Right, let's get him back in. Right. Yeah, so as I was saying, I got snagged again on the other rod and couldn't get it, so that's packed away now. Can't keep losing gear like that, can you? And we're getting to the end of the session anyway. We're probably on the last cast, or second from last. Right, so let's get that rod baited up. Hello, Mr. Wasp. We've got Mr. Wasp down here. Right, we'll get that rod baited up again, and we'll go from there really. I'm not sure if I'm going to call this the last cast or have one more after, but we'll decide while we're baiting up, and then we'll see what happens. Right guys, there we go. I'm going to call this my last cast. It's now 20 to 6. We'll leave it out there till about 6 o'clock, about 20 minutes. It's got 2 hooks on, so I doubt we'll get 2 fish, but you never know. I've got Mr. Wasp flying around me at the moment. Yeah, Mr. Wasp has come to say hello. It's a lovely day. The sun is glaring in my face, but never mind. That'll be alright. Yeah, as I said, we got snagged up again on the other rod, and we snapped up again, so thought we ain't going to keep doing that. We'll pack it away, and that's what I did. Yeah, it's packed away. Here on here we got a ragworm on the bottom hook, a nice size ragworm. And on the top hook we've got a bit of squid. A nice size ragworm on the bottom and a bit of squid on the top. And that's out there, not very far. The dogfish don't seem to be very far out. I've tried further out, but it don't seem to be any different. So I think we'll just stay where we are. I think we'll stay where we are and just see what happened there. So yeah, we're on the last cast of the session, unfortunately. Right, so let's watch the rod for the final time of the session. Well guys, it's now 6 o'clock, so I'm afraid we've now got to reel in the last rod of the session. It's a shame, but it's time to go home. So let's reel it in. Got a double shot of stuff, starfish on the top hook and dogfish on the bottom hook. Here you go guys, here's the starfish. I'll hold them out for you. There you go. A little starfish. Oh, we'll get that weed off him. There you go, a little starfish. There you go. Right now I'll get the dogfish. And here we go. The final fish of the session, a little dogfish. There you go. Just spin him round. Careful, Mr. Doggy. Don't go scratching my arm. There you go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There you go, guys. Let's get him back. So that's what we finished on. A starfish and a dogfish. Not a bad finish. Get him back in. Strip this. Right guys, so I'm afraid that is it for this session. Just got to finish stripping off that weed in a minute and pack away. The bivvy is pretty much empty. I just got to put all my junk in the trolley. No rubbish about, guys. I have to make sure it's nice and clean. Yeah, as I was saying, that snag is sort of right down there, so if any of you people want to come fishing here, don't sort of go anywhere here, because that's where I keep losing the gear. But at this end is fairly good. I ain't lost any gear out this bit. But right guys, so thank you very much all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed another fishing adventure. Please give me a little thumbs up down below please if you could, and give me a little comment as well what you thought of the video. Please give me a subscribe if you haven't already, and oh yeah, please hit that notification bell as well please. Really helps me to bring out new content and stuff. And hitting the notification bell, make sure you never miss a upload, whether it be a live, short, a video, a community post, or whatever it is. So that's it from Connor's Outdoor Activities for this one, and I'll see you all on the next one. And it will probably be, well, I don't know, it'll probably be in a few days time, you know me. As soon as I put them away, I want them out again. Right, thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you all soon.